really funny about like how insane this is. Like, this is literally, this operation is conducted by a schizophrenic person. Like, no disrespect to schizos out there. I'm not trying to tarnish your reputation by saying that you're all Zionists, but like, I think mental illness paired up with Zionism, which is a different form of mental illness as well, creates this like very specific way of doing advocacy. Okay? It creates this very specific way of doing advocacy. And we know in this community what that kind of advocacy looks like, because I have a schizo Zionist 60-year-old stalker paired up with the sex pestiny community that has been doing exactly this. The URL is given the same energy as HamasBiker.com or numerous other websites that they've made, IP grabbers that they've made, like what's it fucking called? The crazy fucking websites that they've made, like the HamasBiker.com is one of them. TwitchHatesJews.com is another one, which is ironic. It's like literally the same naming convention here. ColumbiaHatesJews.com. Or was it Dan Clancy HatesJews.com or something? Games at DanClancySucks.com. Twitcher Terrorist, the game that they made. Advertise on Twitch.com is another one. Yeah. It's really interesting where like you kind of manic post in the same exact way where you think like you're fighting a just cause and you just come across like a fucking unhinged sociopathic asshole.
Braiding colleges and universities, and they for too long failed to deal with this issue in a strategic, systematic way. So let's acknowledge that, number one. Number two, let's also acknowledge that the federal government, which is pumping billions of dollars into higher education, has the right to expect.
I assume the student was Jewish. Counter-protester, a Zionist counter-protester, from filming the faces of this die-in protest that they engaged in on the campus yard. Okay? This was a die-in. It's like a sit-in, but they're just like showing. They're just doing a protest. Okay? Zionist counter-protester comes in with a phone, camera ready to go, specifically to dox every fucking student that participated in it. Every single student that participated in it. And remember, this is like a couple months at this point. No, not a couple months, sorry. This is 10 days after October 8th. So this is after the campuses have gotten these fucking insane vans that are plastering the names and faces of prominent anti-Zionist students on campus. Remember when they did that shit? Remember how fucking insane that was? This is when Bill A. Pac-Man is talking about blacklisting students for daring to criticize the state of Israel. So close to October 7. How dare they? Remember all that shit? I remember. I couldn't fucking believe how rabid and bloodthirsty the Zionist movement had gotten in the United States of America, where they thought that they could fucking get away with that shit. And to a certain degree, they did get away with that shit. Most people don't even fucking remember those vans. Think about that. Here, for those of you who didn't see it, I want to show you. Does anyone have a link to the fucking vans that were all around college campuses? This happened because the Canary Mission has a robust docs list. And they immediately floated that docs list to whatever organization that was insane enough to go out and rent these fucking massive billboard vans that would plaster the faces of all students who had written an article about Israel's depravity. Now those lists are being used for deportation lists, by the way, which is so fucking crazy. Doxing truck is back at Columbia University campus now, but with names on all sides because students attempted to cover it up. Driver's window is now tinted. Many students targeted didn't even sign the statement. They're just Arab, Muslim, and Palestinian. Remember how fucking nutty this shit was? November 1st, 2023. Think about that. Think about how fucking unacceptable this shit was. Think about how insane this shit was. Bro, I'm telling you right now, it would be valid if you did this towards like unmasking people who are fucking white supremacists, right? And even then, there would be significantly more backlash towards this. Okay? Let alone the fact that you are saying these people are anti-Semitic because they're anti-Israel. If you did this for white supremacists, you would get destroyed by Fox News. Fox News would be like, you're ruining the lives of these brave, bold students for the crime of what? Speaking their minds? If you did this for those who work within the Canary Mission, if you did this for students on campuses that are prominent in the counter-protest movement, Zionist students on campuses, can you imagine if I, with the money that I have, okay, went and rented out a truck to go all over fucking college campuses and I plastered the faces and names, and some of them even had addresses, mind you, of all of the Jewish, Israeli, pro-Zionist students, I would get fucking assassinated. Can you imagine what that would look? I'd go to CCOP before I even finish the fucking trip around the block. Think about that. But this shit is appropriate, right? But that doesn't even work because you'd be putting your name on it, where these groups that funded this remain nameless, so no accountability. That's not true. That's not true. They're not nameless. We know The Lobby was an Al Jazeera documentary that uncovered a lot of the fucking major funders of this shit. There are also big donors that are public, like Seinfeld did this shit in fucking UCLA campus. Jerry Seinfeld is a public figure. Accuracy and media digital billboard trucks return to campus displaying image of Shafiq. Trucks first appeared in campus. This is August 16, 2024. Do not make the same mistake. ColumbiaHateJews.com. Dude, the other thing that I find really...
The whole thing. So I think there's a way with...
Why? Why do you get to obliterate anything? Who the fuck are you? You're just some fucking asshole that works with the Israeli government. Like, why the fuck should I have to listen to you? Okay? Do I have to listen to you as an American citizen? You're just another random American citizen. Who gives a fuck? The fuck do you mean? Like, oh, I don't want to obliterate the entirety of the institutes of higher learning here. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Who are you? Who the fuck are you?
Specific strategic measures that you can get to the root causes of anti-Semitism, and the federal government has a role to play, but I worry about the overreach that, again, could kill the golden goose, if you will.
Yeah. He's just worried about what it looks like for Jews in America to a degree where it's like, okay, well, maybe don't say shalom, Mahmoud, when you're doing the deportation. Israel has him thinking he has the right to obliterate things. That's what I mean. Zionism is such a specific type of brain rot where you literally think that everything is Israel, and everyone that you want to tackle, you can tackle in the same way that Israel tackles Hamas. The mind of a Zionist is fascinating. Every Zionist treats everything that's going on like they are the fucking great state of Israel, and all their enemies are Palestinian children to be obliterated. Well, I don't want to obliterate all the Palestinian kids, just some of them, the ones that are holding up copies of Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf. This guy spoke at the pro-Israel rally right next to UCLA encampment that led directly to the attack. He couldn't care less about student safety or the sanctity of higher education. Yeah, no, of course. He's a fucking fascist mouthpiece, and so is Dana. okay? You defend the live streamed Holocaust, you are a fucking Nazi, okay? If we lived in a just world where justice was served, you would be tried at Nuremberg in a similar structure for all of the work you put in so that the Holocaust could continue. That's it. Go ahead, cry about how fucking anti-Semitic I am. How dare you compare a person that is combating anti-Semitism to a Nazi, to the worst atrocities perpetrated against the Jewish people, okay? That's what you're doing. Never again doesn't mean never again just the Jews, okay? There is a reason why there is an entire field of study dedicated to the fucking Holocaust. There is a reason for it. Ridiculous. Never again means never again for anyone.
And the Trump administration is also arresting international students, revoking some of their visas. You have been really clear that due process is essential. You have said that it's not even remotely clear that this has been the standard. What is the ADL doing to pressure the White House to give students who are being arrested due process?
Well, look, at the ADL, it's our job to protect the Jewish people. We're not sort of public defenders for some of the Hamasniks on these college campuses, and I don't want to be. And I think
Depraved asshole, dude. This is a civil rights organization, okay? Just understand what this fucking bald douchebag is saying. As the figurehead of a civil rights organization, I'm not here to protect the Hamasniks.
Look, at the ADL, it's our job to protect the Jewish people. We're not sort of public defenders for some of the Hamasniks on these college campuses, and I don't want to be. And I think I really need to say that. If you take Mahmoud Khalil, who was one of the ringleaders at Columbia, based on his conduct, we thought he was a very problematic individual. I don't know if he lied on his visa application or anything like that, but on his conduct, not his speech. The challenge becomes when the administration doesn't substantiate or clarify this.
Yeah. The real problem is that, oh God, his fucking IDF dog tag is shining in my eyes too. Ugh. That is a swastika, by the way. That is no different than the fucking totem cough, okay? Straight up. Straight the fuck up. That is you wearing an Israeli occupying force dog tag as you're on CNN. That is a symbol of significantly more evil than the fucking Al-Qassam Brigade's headband.